Welcome back, grade 1 students. Welcome in your science lesson, right? Now, before telling you the topic of today, I'm going to share a video with you. And when you are going to look at that video, you will remember what we did yesterday. Actually, that video is your recapping. It shows the recapping of your yesterday's task, right? So, are you all ready to see the video? Yes, that's great. Good job. Very good. Okay, there you go, children. Can you all see my screen? Yes? Wow, that's great. All right, come on.
It's a daylight. Look at the city in the sun. And then it turns into night when the sun goes down. But does the sun actually move? Is that why the night comes? But how can it come at a different time, at a different country? That's because the Earth revolves around all these planets, including Sun. See, when the sun is in one direction and you put a globe in one direction, so wherever the sun is shining on the globe, it's going to be daylight. While at the darker spots of the globe on Earth, it's going to be dark, night. So that's how the Earth moves around the sun.
All right. So what was that? Yes, that was how day and night are formed. Remember, we have done this yesterday. We did this experiment. I showed you with the help of globe, the earth, the globe ball, and I have shined the light I've explained you that whenever the earth is facing the sun, that side will have daytime, whereas the other side is going of the earth is going to have nighttime. This was the lesson that we did, right? Now, what we are going to learn today, we are going to learn about formation of shadow. You know what are shadows? Children, you know what is shadow? No? Okay, I'll show you. Now see what happens. This is my marker and I'm going to place it in front of the light. Now what happens? Can you see the marker's shadow on my whiteboard? Yes, so this is the shadow. Now if I'm going to move it close, the light is closer to the marker, the shadow will be small. Whereas when the light is far away, the shadow is much, much bigger. This is what we are going to learn in this class today about the formation of shadows, that how shadow is formed. Now, you know, whenever you stand in the sun, what happens? You look down and you see your shadow in front, right? It happens that suppose this is the sun, right? And here is the tree. So where would be the shadow of the tree? Right here. It would be right here. In front would be the shadow of the tree. Do you understand? Right? So if the sun is, I'm sitting here, sun is at my backside, so my shadow would be right in front of me. Do you understand? Okay, I'll show you another picture, and that picture will clearly explain you what the shadow is. Can you all see my screen, children? Now see, this is the sun and this is a tree. Now where is the sun? At the back side, and where is the shadow? Is here, like I have drawn on the board. See how I have also drawn this like this. It is like this. Yes, the shadow would be in front. Correct. Now, in the same way, the shadow keeps on changing. Now, how the shadow keeps on changing, you will see in the other picture here. Now, this why your shadow changes from time to another time. Now, see, he is sitting in the sunlight, right? Now he is sitting in the morning. Now shadow lengthen as the sun sets. It becomes bigger like I have shown you on the board as the sun sets. Now in the midday, the first one is midday sun when he is sitting. How dark? Number one, you can see here his shadow is because the sun is right there at the top, right? And it is the morning time or midday time. So you can see how dark is the shadow. Gradually, the darkness becomes less. Now, at number two, you can see here how his shadow is getting lighter. Number two is this side. Now, again, the sun is here, number three, and you can see the light, the shadow is become much lighter. Then number four, the sun is here, again lighter, and it is also going bigger, right? Remember, I showed you when the light is less, the shadow will be more. See, number five, again, evening sun, the shadow is, see how big the shadow becomes, but it is not as dark as it was in the morning time. You can see number one, it is darker because the sun is right there on top. As the sun is setting down, as the sun is moving, the earth is moving, the shadow is gradually becoming less light, is becoming lighter, whereas it is becoming more bigger. You can see number one is not that big, but it is dark. Number, excuse me. Number two is, again, it is a little darker. Three is less darker. The number four is much more broad. It is more big, and how big the shadow is on number five. It all depends on the sun. If the sun is right there, the shadow will be darker. Excuse me. Whereas if the sun gradually sets down, it moves, and so the shadow will become lighter, but it's going to become bigger, like I've explained you. Excuse me. So this is how shadows were formed. This is how the shadows are formed in the morning. I'm going to share another video. Again, this video is our annual video, and this video tells you about the shadow. Can you all see my screen, children? Okay. There you go. And
Shadow. Whenever we're walking in the day, you can see a small, darker version of yourself when you
see
look
how
down.
the shadow is going. The that's walking in shadows as we look.
Or when you're walking at the night, when a light reflects on you, you see this big, dark
How
version of
light
you
and
when you
dark
look
the
down.
shadow is. You can see that.
This is because the
Shadows
sun
light at
or the
day
light
and night.
reflects on you, creating a smaller and darker version of you, which is called shadow.
Yes. So this is how the shadows are formed in daytime and nighttime. This is how there are variations in the shadow, like you have seen in the picture that I have shared with you, as well as you have seen in the video also how shadows are formed and how gradually it becomes broader, yet it will become much lighter as the sun is setting, as the sun is going further and further away, right? Now, what you are going to do, you are going to either draw this picture that I have drawn on the board, or you can draw this picture of mine that I have shown you already. So, and write down that formation of shadow, this picture. Draw it and write down, and I'm going to give you 10 minutes for this task, and your time starts now. All right, time is up. Time is up. You all have drawn the same picture? Yes? Okay, can I see the picture? Wow, that's great. Very nice. So I hope that this formation of shadow is clear to you. How shadows are formed when you, and you can even check this out when in the morning time or after the class, you can go out and stand in the sun and you can check your shadow and move away from the sun, and you can check how the shadows are gradually going bigger and smaller. We can check that also. Okay, children? So I hope you must have learned something from the class, and you are going to do the homework that I'll be posting on your portal. Okay, children? Okay, bye. See you next time.